right now.
Okay, that was quick.
Winded.
A total of 11 teams from our area still alive and kicking in the FHSA football playoffs, trying to bite and scratch their way to a state championship. Shane right here with Yanni Crocus for Yanni, the regional semifinal round of the playoffs.
All 4 number 1 seeds from our area took care of business last week in round 1. All 4 again hosting home games tonight. The payoff after successful regular seasons, one of those teams, Palm Beach Central.
That's right. The Broncos, the only team hosting another team from our area as Vero Beach makes a trip south in our Football Friday Game of the Week.
The last time these teams met, Central knocking the Indians out of the playoffs 3 years ago. Both these teams fired up for this one. A chilly evening, a defensive battle in the first half. Cameron Dwyer for the Broncos, sacking quarterback Champ Mons. And then Ohio State commit Tarvis TJ Alford returns the favor, the 4-star linebacker, with the big sack. He was a menace all night. Still scoreless in the second quarter. Dwyer again gets to Mons, this time forces the fumble. Antoine Sharp recovers, but the Broncos can't turn it into points. Then before the half, Indians driving, Mons gets loose. The 14-year-old freshman playing like an upperclassman, scrambling for a big gain on his feet, and then moments later hits Jamarian Hillsman, 45 yards for the touchdown. Back and forth all night. Vero Beach with a close 1-point win, 21-20, to move on to the regional final.
All right, West Boca with a blowout win in round 1 last week, but gets undefeated Mitchell tonight from outside the Tampa area. First drive for West Boca. No Javion Mallory in this game, but there is a Jaden Lockhart dragging tacklers for a first down inside Mitchell territory. Bulls winning the battle up front. Same drive, Mason Mallory is going to roll out, looking to find his favorite receiver, one of them, Billy Clancy III, gets his feet down for the West Boca touchdown. They lead 7-0. Bulls get the ball back. This time a little trickery here on the reverse. Kyle Andrews, the junior, showing off that speed, gets around the corner, looking for the end zone, but he's knocked out just short of the goal line. Have no fear, though. Nothing fancy with this one. Trey Moran just puts his head down and wheels his way across the goal line for another West Boca touchdown. Bulls making it look easy. It's 14-0. And after West Boca, they forced a punt by Mitchell. Kyle Andrews, is that Devin Hester? No, it's Kyle Andrews. Nice move to free up some space, and Andrews takes off. He will not be caught. West Boca wins big, 38-7. They'll host a regional final next week against Wiregrass Ranch.
Wow, what a season for West Boca. In 1A, Jack Daniels and Cardinal Newman coming off a blowout win last week, hosting Community School of Naples. 21-0 Crusaders at the break. First play from scrimmage in the second half. Jaron Hughley will keep it himself, dodging a couple of defenders, breaks it outside. He goes the distance for the Crusaders touchdown. Meanwhile, the Newman defense not allowing anything from this Naples squad. The big man, Dylan Frechette, with the big tackle in the backfield. Naples needed something to go their way, so they're going to try to fake the punt as Ryder Brown will try to run for the first down, but he's tackled short of the first down marker. Still in the third, Hughley rolling to his left, hits Ethan Holland, who fumbles at the 2-yard line, but it's out of bounds, so they get the ball right back, and then they punch it in on the next play. Jalen J-Bo Brown untouched it in the end zone. Crusaders roll on to the next round, 42-0.
A perennial playoff team, Atlantic hasn't made it to the third round of the playoffs since 2019, but the Eagles hoping to change that tonight, hosting Miramar from southern Broward County.
After losing to West Boca at the beginning of November, the only loss on their record, the Eagles with 2 convincing wins heading into tonight's second-round matchup against the Patriots.
And the Eagles offense put up 49 points in round 1 in a win over Matter Academy. First half Eagles defense coming to play, swarming the quarterback, Jabari Henry, with the sack here. Nice takedown. Defense making a play. Atlantic now in the red zone, going for it on 4th down. Lincoln Graff scrambling, going to fight for the first down, but he's stopped short. But it was only a matter of time. Later in the first half, Graff hits DeAndre DeSenior, breaks a tackle, beats another one, and he's there in the end zone to give the Eagles an early lead, 7-0. Lincoln Graff with 4 total touchdowns this game. Atlantic moves on with a victory, 35-29. Close there at the end. They'll host powerhouse St. Thomas next week.
All right, when Football Friday returns, Boca tries to continue their playoff run with Western in town, and Benjamin tries to advance on the road Plus, we go to the scoreboard and check out our play of the week when we return.
Welcome back to Football Friday. Less than smooth sailing for Boca High so far in the playoffs. A close 6-point win over Goldman last week to survive and advance to play a Western team that pushed West Boca to overtime earlier this season.
It's been one of the best seasons in Boca High history, with the Bobcats' only loss coming to Cardinal Gibbons.
All right, let's head south to Boca. Boca was eliminated in the second round last season, trying to avoid that same fate tonight, but it was a long night for the Bobcats. Down 35-0 to start the third quarter. Boca trying to get back in it, but Ryan Castaneda's pass tipped, picked off by the Wildcat defense. The Bobcats, oh man, they're in trouble. The Boca defense trying to keep the team in it. Look at Amir Holstick right here, shooting the gap, and then he says it's not over just yet. Hits the running back in the backfield, give him a tackle for loss, trying to build some momentum for his squad. Same drive though, Western Sebastian Circo drops back and fires a dart across the field to Kamaran Young. Makes the catch in the end zone for the Wildcat touchdown. Turn your head if you're a Boca fan. Western gets the blowout win, 42-0. Pretty terrific season, though, for the Bobcats.
All right, let's head over to Naples. Benjamin taking on First Baptist. A win means a rematch with Cardinal Newman next week. Bucks going to work Jaden Vega down the sideline. That's Julian Louise, and he goes down the sideline for the Buccaneers touchdown. First Baptist says, hey, we can play the long ball game too. Brady Quinn, no, not the Notre Dame quarterback, the new Brady Quinn, deep to Bradley Martino. Big gain for the Lions. Then moments later, rolling out, hits Dominic Davis for the touchdown. Benjamin back on offense. Vega with the pass. Watch this. It's tipped, and he catches his own pass. Nice job, Jaden Vega, the Brown Bear commit. Then Vega buying some time, hits Preston Douglas, the South Carolina commit, on the far sideline for a big first down. Moments later, Terrian Ivy Aikens bursts into the end zone. Benjamin touchdown, a close one, but the Bucs season ends 34-20.
All right, now to Orlando, where one-loss Jupiter, who's also having one of their best seasons ever, played at one-loss Dr. Phillips. Early on, the Jupiter defense on their heels It's going to be Stanley Anderson Lofton for Dr. Phillips. It's Mikael Claxton. Get used to that name. He's committed to FAU. Just short of the goal line, but the Panthers are in business. But from there, Anderson Lofton, who's on his way to Middle Tennessee State, trucks his way into the end zone as Dr. Phillips has an early lead. Jupiter trying to answer, but Andrew Embick's pass is tipped and is picked off. Jupiter loses 35-0, ending a nice season for the Warriors.
All right, a come-from-behind upset win for Kings Academy last week. Could they do it again tonight at Cardinal Mooney? Down 14-0 in the first. Not for long. Joe Daly passes across the field to Javian Jones. Jones takes a short pass and turns it into a long run. Breaks a few tackles. 73-yard touchdown. Lions still trail 14-7. Those two weren't finished, though. Daly inside the 5-yard line. Throws to his left. And there's JJ one more time. Javian Jones, second touchdown of the night. Kings Academy still down 21-14. Third quarter, this thing turned into a shootout. Lions down 35-21. Daly, big play. He gets it. Jaden Blacksley down the field. Another touchdown, but that's where the scoring would end for the Lions. They fall 56-28.
Our Football Friday play of the week coming from West Boca. No, that's not Devin Hester. It's not Dante Hall. It's not Percy Harvin or Peter Warwick. All great punt returners in their day. It's Kyle Andrews with the West Boca return touchdown. The Bulls move on with a 38-7 win.
All right, two additional scores. St. Andrews' season comes to an end at the hands of state powerhouse Chaminade Madonna 70-0. And the season also coming to an end for Pahokee. The Blue Devils going on the road to Union County and falling 28-18.
All right, thanks.